What's up guys, it's Lindsay and I'm going to show you how to give a quick makeover to this lovely cube storage bench. And yes, I did say bench because I think I am going to turn it into a shoe bench. Stay tuned. For this project, my goal is to use all supplies that I already have on hand, including this double beaded molding and some extra pieces of primed wood that we actually used as a baseboard when we put down our flooring. I first thought I would lay all the white pieces flat, and then I decided that it might look a little more interesting if I turned the back piece up so it gives it a little more dimension, especially if it's going to be used as a bench. I decided to use the beadboard in the back of the cube storage to make it a little more decorative and to make it look a little more finished. You can see I just used a nail gun to nail the pieces to the back of the cube storage, and I love how finished it looks once you kind of close it up. It doesn't look like that cheap Walmart storage anymore. And like I said, I had all these products on hand. You don't have to use beadboard. You could even use, regular old plywood. That works fine too. Once I nailed the top pieces in, it was good to go, for now at least. So here it is. I'm loving the way this is looking so far, and I think it is looking more like a bench, but now it's time for the actual finishing. So far, this has only taken me about an hour. Once the furniture piece was together, I pulled the Bondo out and added it to all the little nooks and crevices. Now, Bondo isn't really the easiest to work with. You have to work fast and you have to mix it precisely. I've used things like water putty, but Bondo still ends up being the hardest and really the best product for the job. So once I did that, I went ahead and sanded the top, sanded it smooth so that looked like one seamless piece of wood. After I sanded it really good, I made sure to clean the surface, make sure to get all the lint, clean the surface really well. And then I used caulk on that little edge where I couldn't get Bondo in there real well. So the caulk works to really make that look seamless. After that, I'm going to use this Zinsser primer to prime the surface. If you know anything about painting laminate, you know it can be tricky. My tried and true method is going ahead and just putting the primer product on there. This is a water-based primer, letting it dry, and honestly, the first coat is not going to be pretty. The first coat looked abnormally bad. Now, normally it doesn't look good, but I was a little worried seeing how it just beat it up so bad. So the plan was to put one coat of primer, a really light sand, and then another coat of primer. You can see I tried to sand, and no matter how light I did, it just pulled that primer up, which is bad news. So I went ahead and just put the second coat on just to see, and sadly, it was about as bad as the first coat. It just didn't stick. Honestly, guys, sometimes with really cheap furniture, this is just the case, and you're gonna have to pivot. So after painting the second coat to two of those cubes, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna have to go with plan B. So I decided that my plan B would be to order some really cool peel and stick wallpaper and just line the inside of the cubes and the outside sides of the cube rather than trying to paint it. I am going to paint the top because that was wood, and the back, the beadboard back. And I decided to do the really cool Pottery Barn faux wood look. And I've done this before, but with a little bit of a different color to my bedroom set. I'll link that here. So with that Pottery Barn look, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put a base coat of paint down, normally a pretty light coat. As you can see, I'm using a cream color. And then you either go back with a gel stain or a glaze to get that faux wood Pottery Barn look. For this look, you're gonna need the end of a broom, a scrub brush, and I am using a stain called Unicorn Spit. I absolutely love Unicorn Spit. It's non-toxic, not to mention it smells great too. The first thing I did was take a regular brush, paint an entire layer on the top. Then I used the broom, wiped the majority of it up, and then I used that little scrub brush. Now that scrub brush is key with making that wood texture that you're looking for. And you can see the more you use the scrub brush, the more it looks like that faux wood look. Like you can see me using the broom takes the majority off, and then that little scrub brush is key in really creating that texture that you're looking for. Once you've got the look you want and it's completely dry, you're gonna go in with a top coat. Your Unicorn Spit does need a good top coat to seal it, and it needs to be an oil-based sealer. Any water-based sealer will just reactivate the product and it'll smear. Once the sealer was dry, I grabbed that peel and stick wallpaper and I began to apply the peel and stick wallpaper to the sides of the cube storage and also the interior of the cube storage where the paint just would not stick. And like I said, sometimes my furniture projects just don't go as planned, especially when you're working with, I want to say cheap wood, but it's not even wood. And by the way, this is a peel and stick product I just purchased. It's very affordable. It's like a faux grass cloth finish. Here's a picture of what the cubes look like on the inside. And here's the finished product. It didn't turn out like I thought it would, but I would say I think it turned out a little better. I was able to use the peel and stick paper to hide just the terrible veneer or laminate surface that I tried to paint. And I think it all worked out. So here is a better picture of the top. And overall, this was a fun project, and I hope I've given you some inspiration on how to transform your cube storage. Thanks for watching.